Okay, so tips on a barbell and weights if you're buying anything. Got asked a question, what's cheap but decent enough? What can you use? Be aware whenever you buy any equipment, there are some tricks in the trade to make sure you stay in a certain system of weights. So for example, what I got is that I got the cheapest stuff possible. Cheapest stuff because I don't really need anything more expensive. Like you can get a barbell which costs like £200. This one was about £40 or something. I can't remember, it was pretty cheap. But I went to Decathlon to get all my equipment. So the rack, the bar, the weights, all Decathlon, and they were the cheapest. However, there is a little trick with them because the size of their weights is specific to them. So, for example, the dombowers weights, the actual hole that go on at the end is a unusual size. It's something like 26 millimeters, and some other ones are 25 millimeters, and some others are 28 millimeters. So some just won't fit on. So if you go with the Decathlon one, you're kind of limited to just always having these weights. I went for the cheapest one. Decathlon also do have a more expensive one with more like Olympic style plates, but they were all at least double the price. These metal ones, which I originally didn't like because I thought they're so noisy. And coming from a commercial gym in the past, they always had the nice rubberized plates which didn't make any noise. I've very much grown to enjoy the sound of the clink of metal. Enjoying that now. So this was the cheapest. The bar is rated up to 160 kilograms. So that's going to do me a good couple of years of strength gaining. Nowhere near able to actually get that. Around about 149 just now. But this was the cheapest system. This bar that I got was also a specific size. It was 1.5 meters. Again, most of the Olympic bars that you get are 2 meters in length and have a much larger diameter hole. Don't know what the term is. The other slight issue with this one is that the actual bar, the handlebar bit, is quite narrow. Obviously not expecting people to be lifting actual heavy weights, so that's why I went and got myself these fat grips, because the bar was just like digging in. If I did that 130 with that, it's just so narrow that it really just digs into the hand. So I got these fat grips to make it more comfortable for me. So these are probably a little bit larger than what you'd get in a commercial gym in terms of bar size. So yeah, you can get cheap, you can get expensive. I also went for this one, which is 1.5 meters, because in my garage where I'm doing it, if I get it wrong in any sort of way, if I'm doing like an overhead press, I could end up hitting there, and I can't move my rack any further that way because I'd be hitting off the bike. So if I got another 1.5 to 2 meters, it just means I'm just that much closer. So any wobble would have been a potential disaster. I'm just destroying the garage. So I went for the smallest bar that I could physically get, the cheapest bar with the cheapest weights, and they're doing me absolutely fine. Again, if you're doing deadlifts where you're lifting up really heavy weights and slamming them down, that's also something to be aware of, that you might want a higher quality bar. Additionally, with these metal plates, these cheap metal plates, when they hit the ground, they make a noise. So I've been using car mats to deaden some of the sound, but doesn't do much. So just be aware that you might want to get some gym ground padding. Was it horse stall mats is the technical things that you want to get. They're cheap and they cover the whole ground for you. But again, I haven't bothered to do that. This has done me over a year so far. But just deadlifts, very noisy. I'm using quite a few car mats on the ground to try and deaden the sound and just not destroy the concrete floor. So yeah, that's my only tips. Get what's in your budget. Get And then just be careful that what you get, like if you're buying secondhand online, the size of the actual weight holes may not be the right size, and be aware that the actual diameter of the bar where you hold it may not be the most comfortable, so you may need to get fat grips. Fat grips have lots of benefits as well to them as well. So yeah, there's that's my tips at the moment. Got nothing more than that. Cheers, bye bye.